Hello. One thing that I learned that surprised me about assessing reading is the fact that standardized tests change as soon as students seem to begin to adapt to them, which is something I've been lucky to never have experienced. I always thought that, because when I was in school, I took the same standardized test from the beginning to the end, and it didn't change until I left, and that's when the STAR testing began. And I always thought that maybe it was just because expectations were getting higher, because I heard that it was really hard, and I thought, oh, maybe students just need to know more now than they used to. And now that I've learned more about it, I realize that it's just the fact that the standardized test is changing completely. It's a completely different format, and students aren't used to it. So that makes it obvious that reading interventions should be essential rather than just treated as like a worst case scenario. They should really be incorporated throughout the school year and not just when a student is struggling really badly. I realize the importance of running records and their value in pinpointing students' instructional, independent, and frustrational levels of reading. They can really aid a teacher in finding IRIs that target student-specific issues. Since they are evidence-based, they're highly effective and specialized for every student. Teachers can use these IRIs to assess every pillar of reading. During my second data point assignment, my case study student needed multiple IRIs for comprehension alone. And it wasn't just comprehension, umbrella term, it was specifically making inferences. And when I researched, comprehension IRIs, I was surprised to find so many different ones that were targeting different parts of comprehension and not just comprehension as a whole. So my student had problems with making inferences. They knew what was going on literally, but they couldn't imply anything that was going on. They couldn't make any assumptions about what the main characters were thinking, feeling, etc. And there were IRIs that addressed that specifically. IRIs address not only the 5 pillars of reading, but specific issues that students have within each pillar. Like I just said, with the comprehension, the student had problem making inferences, so I needed IRIs specifically for that would help them keep track of information and think to themselves, what's going on? Well, from judging by what I just read or the main ideas I just wrote down, what can I imply about what's happening, what the main idea, what is the meaning of this, basically. So yeah, basically, I learned that assessing reading is something that should be individualized per student. Standardized tests obviously are for every student, and they're like the same for every single student, which is ineffective when it comes to assessing them because they are all different, unique. They have different problems when it comes to reading. They have different pillars of reading that they struggle with. Some, have problems with comprehension. Others just have a hard time reading in general. Yeah, so basically it helps to really turn assessing reading into something that's very one-on-one rather than the whole class, the whole district, all students in the district are tested, and that determines whether or not they are where they need to be. It doesn't really help them move forward in the future. It doesn't help them know what's going on and what they need to improve on. And the thing I liked about the running records and the IRIs is that you could make goals for them. They're specific to them and they're very accomplishable over a set period of time, and it really just gives them that push forward and really increases the likelihood of them improving in that amount of time because they have that set goal that's based on the evidence of their progress. So yeah, thank you.